Guys, welcome to another episode of The Pulse. I'm always excited about sitting down and talking to people who are doing cool and exciting things. But this is fun. Like, this is cool because I get to talk to somebody, actor, I guess voice actor and actor, same kind of category.
Yeah.
Now singer, performer, Bruce Springsteen tribute. Hank Azaria is here with us. How are you, sir?
I'm good. Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
I appreciate it. Your voice all right?
My voice is fine, thanks a lot. I gotta, you gotta watch the talking like Bruce, and the singing like Bruce will take its toll.
But I'm okay right now.
So we were talking before we got started. I was just intrigued by how you go through that, because that is, now you're performing in one of like historically raspy kind of voices.
Yeah.
But Simpsons has been manipulating your voice to do different things. A lot of your characters. Is that hard to do?
Well, it's easy for me to make the sounds because I'm a natural mimic, but some voices take more of a
Like Mo the bartender, a big Mo show. You know, after recording Mo for an hour and a half, I'm pretty blown out. Same for Bruce.
What kills me the most is
Duff Man. Too much Duff Man will destroy my vocal cords.
So you have to watch it.
I've been talking like Bruce because I'm a huge fan since I was, 12.
Singing like Bruce, I had to kind of learn to do, and I got pretty obsessed with it because I wanted to do this really for my 60th birthday, just to surprise my guests. And then it turned into this thing where we wanted to keep doing it.
Let's backpedal for a second.
Okay.
Because we know you for a lot of different things and a lot of different roles that always leave a lasting impact. Like me and my producer were talking about everything from Friends characters to What About Polly?
It was a French guy, Claude, from
You
Polly.
take your roles really seriously. You were all
I was
swolled up
pretty,
for that.
as you say, jacked up for this. I was in the gym a lot. Well, they tell you you're going to be naked in a movie, it'll scare you into the gym. I'll tell you that right now.
I would imagine that would happen. How did you get into this? Like acting, theater background. Did you ever envision this?
No, I was a mimic always growing up and class clown. Never thought that would turn into a marketable skill, really. Got interested in acting, but I didn't even connect up the voices with the acting until like in college, even after college. But found in college I loved doing the theater, and just figured it when I got out of school, age 21. I looked at it, and I give this advice to young actors now. I just said, if you really are burning to do it, try it, because I just didn't want to regret not trying it. I did not think I would make it. I just wanted to try for a while, and then I got lucky and I got the Simpsons job when I was 23.
Did you really?
I did. I mean, we went on for 36 years.
Was that an audition process?
It was an audition.
I auditioned for Mo, yeah.
I was actually doing a play at the time, and I was imitating young Al Pacino, one of my heroes, right? And so I went in there and said, I kind of auditioned like this for Mo.
They said, well, we want it to be raspy.
So if you make young Al Pacino raspy, you get Mo. The truth is, actually, midway between Bruce Springsteen
and young Al Pacino,
it's Mo the bartender, right in the center there.
People nowadays are making huge money for voice acting and what have you. I don't get into people's pockets, but we read about your Simpsons.
Yeah,
contract.
it's been
you made some pretty
published.
Good, some pretty good money doing that. But in a lot of ways, you changed the industry.
It's one of the things that's unique about the show, The Simpsons. I mean, 36 years is crazy. It was really the Friends model. They kind of banded together and said, you get all of us or none of us. And that worked. And so we kind of adopted it, and that worked for us in those negotiations.
It seems like you're just having fun.
Love doing this. I love imitating things. I'm a mimic at heart. And yes, I love doing this.
So you started telling the Springsteen story.
Yeah.
So this was it was your birthday.
Turning 60, I had mixed feelings about that.
Okay.
And I was like, how can I cheer myself? What would be fun? I don't usually throw parties. I said, why don't I invite a bunch of guests and put together a Springsteen tribute band? Let me just sing a few songs. And we ended up singing 11 songs, playing an hour and a half that night. And then people were like, can I bring gifts? I'm like, oh, no gifts. But donate to my foundation. I started a foundation a few years ago for primarily education and social justice. I said, donate to the foundation, if you want to give a gift. We ended up raising $30K that night, and we sang, and it was pretty good. And I was like, well, why don't we do this? Why don't we keep doing this? And so we have. We've played a few gigs. We've sold out each one. We'll be in Philly. Halloween night.
Which is perfect.
I'll be dressed as Bruce, but we're inviting. It's going to be like a costume party that I'll be hosting, kind of, as well as a Springsteen tribute show. Yeah. And come down and hang out. And if you're not doing anything else on Halloween, and I'll be bowling. If folks pay for a VIP, I'm promoting the show now. Folks, VIP ticket, you can bowl with me before the show. I'll bowl as Bruce. I'll bowl as Mo. I'll bowl as Chief Wiggum. They all can all bowl equally because I'm bowling as them. So they have equal ability. And it'll be a party afterwards. And we're good. We're good. We're good. Come check us out if you're a Springsteen fan.
Coming up next, singing isn't new to him, but trying to actually be good at it, that might be.
I sing on The Simpsons almost constantly, but no one cares how good.
You don't really care how good Chief Wiggum sings as long as it's Chief Wiggum singing.
Let's roll down the window and let the wind blow back your hair. And the night's busting open, these two legs will take us anywhere.
It's like, I'm going to go do essentially karaoke for my birthday.
Pretty much, yeah. Now, the band is really good, though. The band is beyond karaoke. These are all professional musicians, and my learning curve as a singer is steep. I've sung a lot in my career, but I never took it as seriously as trying to recreate Bruce's singing sound. My goal is to get as good as the band, because they really sound like the E Street Band.
You really sound like Bruce Springsteen.
That's the idea.
Did you want to be a singer? Did you even envision that you were a singer? Like, was this surprising to you?
I got very obsessed with trying to sing like him. But that is my hobby and my passion and my whole life, really, is unlocking voices. Some come easier than others. Like, I sing on The Simpsons almost constantly, but no one cares how good.
You don't really care how good Chief Wiggum sings as long as it's Chief Wiggum singing.
It doesn't really matter. And I've been on Broadway and Spamalot. I had to sing a great deal, but again, it was character comedy singing. This was a different thing. I got obsessed with it for months. I had to kind of learn to sing and to do this, which I'd never really taken the time to do before, and it wasn't easy.
I'm just so shocked by the fact that one of the iconic singers of all time, I was sitting there listening to your performances, and if you don't watch, I mean, even if you do watch, because your performance is similar to Bruce too, but if you're just listening, like, you could convince people that you were AI Bruce Springsteen.
A great compliment to me. A few people have heard it thinking it was Bruce.
Think I'm going down to the well tonight. I'm gonna drink till I get my fill.
I was looking at promos for your performances.
Yeah.
And I stopped for a minute and I was like, so did they dub this in? Like, is he lip syncing Bruce Springsteen and you actually were doing it? What's the feedback been? I mean, obviously you're selling out shows, so people are liking what they're seeing.
I think the biggest feedback we've gotten is that you can really feel the joy, because I really do love Bruce. His music meant a lot to me. It actually, beyond just loving the music, his message and his whole thing got me through a lot of tough times as a teenager. It was kind of beyond just hero worship and loving him as a fan. And people have asked me, do you feel like a rock star up there? The truth is, I feel more like an audience member at a Bruce show who's lucky enough to go up because on stage, because it's such a communal experience. I mean, anyone who loves any artist, you feel that way. His music is so cinematic and poetic that everybody has their own stories and their own movie that plays in their head. And I tell a lot of stories kind of as Bruce, but about myself. Like, I tell the story the first night I met my wife, going into the song She's the One. And I tell it as Bruce, but it's about me. And I wasn't sure that would work, but the most gratifying thing to me is it kind of does. It's almost like a theater piece. And so there's a lot of stories, and I feel like I'm just sharing my own personal movie that plays in my head, but all the Bruce fans have their own movie that plays.
Coming up, why family can be your biggest supporters and sometimes your most real critics.
And I look up and she's crying. I was like, why are you crying? I thought something was wrong. She goes, you sound kind of good.
At night we ride through the mansions of glory. It's suicide machine.
So you still don't allow yourself a moment to kind of go, yo, this is pretty good.
You know, it's a funny story. I kept it a secret from everyone. I really wanted to genuinely surprise people on my birthday, which I did.
Okay.
But I tried to keep it a secret from my wife and son. But after 3 days, you know, they came to me and they were like, is there a reason you're screaming like Bruce Springsteen in the house 24/7?
Like, nah.
I was like, well, yeah. The first few weeks of it, my son came to my wife and said, Mom, it's cringy. He sounds terrible. Who's going to tell him that he can't do this? And my wife was like, just let your father play it
Have his
out.
moment.
And at a certain moment, we'll tell him it doesn't sound very good. And I'd record myself on the iPhone, and I thought, I'm like, because I'd unlock a line of Born to Run. They're like, oh, that's good. And I'd go play it for them, and they'd be like, there was a lot of this reacting to recordings, like, a lot of smiling and nodding. I'm like, they don't seem to share my enthusiasm. And then one day, I think I unlocked something, because I was at it for months. And I went in, and I said to him, just listen to, I think it was Darkness on the Edge of Town I was singing. I said, listen to this. And I'm playing it and actually singing it for her. Mm-hmm. And I look up and she's crying. I was like, why are you crying? I thought something was wrong. She goes, you sound kind of good. And I was like, why is it making you cry? She's like, because you've sounded horrible. And I didn't know how to tell you can't do this. And I'm really relieved that you sound okay. And so I'm still learning. I still feel like every week I sound a little bit better.
Yeah.
Because I'm learning to sing.
And what can this get to? You know, if you're already selling out shows and people...
Well, I've learned this. The tribute band world is a thing, you know? And the top of it is like 2,000-seat theaters. There's like a Grateful Dead one and a Led Zeppelin one and a Journey one and a bunch. There's Springsteen, a couple of them too. And so you hope to reach that.
We get you a Vegas residency.
That I couldn't do because you got to do that every night, and I'd blow myself out.
So we're not sure if Bruce knows or has seen the show.
I heard he does. A mutual friend knew his wife and played it for her. And actually in his dentist chair, I don't know, but I think it might have gotten to them. And I think they liked it. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you? That's the ultimate level of respect. Unless somebody's really
I think
bad.
what comes through is the love and the true tribute. And it's all for charity, and it's done out of love and joy.
So for our national audience, you just go, your Instagram, your website?
Yeah, we're easystreet.com. Okay. It's the Easy Street Band, letter E, letter Z. And we're just starting, we'll be in Philly Halloween night for a Halloween party, as I mentioned. And we'll be at Brooklyn Bowl, Brooklyn, the week after. Okay. We'll be at the Stone Pony in Asbury Park. Now, that's the mothership for Bruce fans. Asbury Park, November 15th. That one's almost sold out already. And then next year, we're still putting together our tour dates.
Okay, so this is the foreseeable future. I feel like you could now kind of pull out anything. So when you ask people who are doing so many things, what's next? I feel like for you, that could be anything.
No, it's this. I mean, I love this so much that I've been turning down a lot of acting work because I just really want to build this. And the foundation means a lot to me. I like pouring money into it.
Tell us about the foundation, more about it.
Called
That's what inspired all this.
It was the desire to do this, meeting up with this crazy desire to imitate Bruce that sort of married each other. Okay. It's called the 4 through 9 Foundation. And our primary focus is education, which I've been involved with for years and years. I'm on the board of the Dream School in New York, which is an incredible charter school up in the South Bronx and in Harlem. Mm-hmm. And Social justice, which has become very important to me in the last 10, 15 years. I'm on the board of the Human Solidarity Project as well. And also recovery. I'm a sober guy. Health and wellness and sobriety, really important to me. 4 through 9 is after steps 4 through 9 in the program. Okay. Taking accountability and then giving back, essentially, is steps 4 through 9. The foundation can give really anywhere. So I'm thinking of like maybe even in Philly, I might pair with a local, maybe Brooklyn Bowl Philly has an idea of where they'd like to give, or any local charity or organization, and kind of split the proceeds between Dream School and someplace here, perhaps. Yeah. So the foundation gives me flexibility of where to give, so we can play towns and maybe give locally as we go.
Next, Hank Azaria's truly unique take on using his voice for good.
I think it has special meaning for me since I have so many voices.
A lot of the things you're doing, you were either by design or by circumstance involved in pop culture and phenomenon and a lot of situations. You were just talking about Springfield and the comments that were made because Springfield.
Yeah, Chief Wiggum's a little video. Yeah. Well, if you can eat cats and dogs in Springfield, you're doing it on Chief Wiggum's watch. You know?
But you find yourself in the middle of a lot of the things that happen as cultural phenomenon.
Well, The Simpsons does.
But you then.
Well, then me,
do,
yes,
right.
by association, absolutely. And The Simpsons has been part of pop culture for 36 years now. It does a lot of social commentary and satire. We predicted many things, oddly. Much is made of that. I was involved in this Apu controversy, which really what got me interested in social justice, because I had to all of a sudden really decide where I stood in all that and where I needed to educate myself, and discovered that a lot of folks like me had really no idea about a lot of those issues as it relates to Hollywood or casting or really anything else. Or I'll speak for myself, I didn't.
It's cool to do something like that and then have it kind of move into life and the ability to make change through what started off as comedy voices.
I didn't think it would bring me there, but that's
right.
where it led. And I'm kind of grateful for all of it.
It is a segue to how we end every episode of The Pulse. We try to talk about people who are using their voice for good, as you obviously are, but that's the question we ask everyone to end the show. What does the phrase "use your voice for good" mean to you?
I think it has special meaning for me since I have so many voices. So it has a lot of meanings, right? Some of it is taking the money I'm fortunate enough to make as a Simpson and setting that aside for the foundation and to give back. Some of it is, taking a stand and speaking your truth where you feel it's appropriate, which I feel should be done judiciously. I don't think just because I'm an actor or a celebrity that I should just spout off about whatever. I think it's important to learn and really know what you're talking about and be thoughtful about what you share. I think that, for me, if I can get out there and raise money, singing like Bruce, talking like Bruce, I'm going to do it. So it has a lot of different meanings for me.
Guys, thanks so much for watching another episode of The Pulse. Today with Hank Azaria, actor, voice artist, now singer, performer, and so much more. He was fun and in a lot of ways changed the industry. I love that. I also love his involvement, his activism, his commitment to social change. Just a fun interview that I hope you enjoyed. You can hear the whole thing, the unedited podcast, all places where podcasts are available. Just go check it out. And also make sure you download the Fox Local app, because all of our shows are now right there at your fingertips. And I leave you today, as I always do, reminding you whenever you can to use your voice for good, and have a good one.
Hey, I'm Hank Azaria. Hank Azaria? Hello, I'm Hank Azaria. Scene! That was a good first take. I think we should try it.
Let's do it again.